The race number 9, a very competitive Class 3 race over the 1200 metres that we're about to preview. And here's the lineup for it, with Invincible Missile, Victor Wong from barrier 13 resuming. Kingland there. Sakewin gets into the field. The cheek pieces going on to the first, for him the first time. Happy Sharing's been in good form. A last start winner. Midori Beauty ran off in the straight last start. Has come up with barrier 14. Jazz Club Spangled Fortune is a newcomer. Did race in France prior to arriving. Beauty Tycoon, a last start winner. Tamara Blitz has only had one run, and here he is first up for the season. Victor the winner, very strong debut winner was Victor the winner for Matthew Pooney's drawn 1. Golden Artie's a newcomer, did win a race at Doomben, Queensland, Australia prior to arriving. Awesome Treasure and Enchanting Ibis in the lineup as well for race number 9. The speed here for the Magpie handicap, and we can see them go from the start. Victor the winner showed a tremendous pace last time out, did Victor the winner. But Happy Sharing, Nick, he should be in close attendance because he also likes to race forward.
He does, and he did so last time when winning, beat Midori Beauty, who decided to run around a bit at the home straight. But Victor the winner, I mean, he does look the first choice as far as leader goes. I mean, he's drawn gate 1, so he's in a prime spot to get forward. Interesting with Sakewin getting into the race now with the defection of Lightning Warrior. He's a horse that likes to race prominently as well. And he's got cheek pieces going on for the first time, so they might try and be a bit more positive with him perhaps and go forward like they have been. Awesome Treasure and Beauty Tycoon, Paul, I don't think will be too far away. The latter's drawn gate 3.
Yeah, Beauty Tycoon, he settled a lot better last start because of a strong pace. I think he'll get a good pace in this race. Midori Beauty's got that wide draw. I think you have to go back from that wide draw.
Is there a as well, is there a chance that if they overcook it in front, that Beauty Tycoon can capitalise on that?
Yeah, well, he did last time, didn't he? Came through nicely, so there is that opportunity for him.
Yep, he certainly did. So now we can highlight Happy Sharing, and now this is going back to the start here. Keep an eye on Midori Beauty as well, Nick. He's got a few bad tendencies, this horse, and this is one of them, missing the start.
Yeah, not ideal, is it, really, when you're racing over this sort of trip, and he's got himself on the back foot from an early stage, but once we picked them up in the straight, Happy Sharing's obviously got himself into a great spot, and he came into the race in very good form, and very shortly, Paul, we'll see Midori Beauty get up to a few little antics and sort of throw his race away, if you will. But he certainly would have been a lot closer, wouldn't he, with a straight run?
No, definitely. He's definitely green. That's the key from him. You can see him running out there. Happy Sharing was straight as an arrow and won the race nicely. Look, you can see him back on. He's got the raw talent. He just needs to put it all together, basically.
Yeah, Happy Sharing's put on 20 pounds since his last run, and here's the head-on view just to get another angle of it as well. Happy Sharing on the inside, and you can see Zach with the stick there, and then he just runs out and out and out, and Zach has to balance him up again. So he's certainly still learning on the job. There is Chris So trained at Midori Beauty. Does have talent, but is very wayward. We can move on from him to Beauty Tycoon, who's had the perfect run last start. Paul, Beauty Tycoon, and John Size put the appropriate gear changes on, and they worked the oracle.
They did. He got the perfect run in behind, as you say, but he could get a similar type of run from barrier 3 here. It was a good run from him, and he hit the line well, and he won nicely. One Voice is going to be one of the favourites earlier on in the card, and these two went clear.
Yeah, I think that's key, isn't it? They were clear of, well, I say clear of the third. They were sort of nicely spaced out at the finish, but I think he's beaten a handy one, and good to see him finally get that win because he's got talent, that horse.
Yep, he'd been a bit costly in the past. You can see some rain about on this day when Sakewin was first up back on the 1st of October. Telecom Speed in the race as well. Sakewin has won first up in the past, Nick, but didn't on this occasion. Here he is second up. He's also won second up too.
Yeah, and what I like about this horse and sort of what they're doing with him now is they're putting the cheek pieces on. I just felt with this effort he just lacked a little bit of concentration, and hopefully the headgear will aid him in that regard. So I don't mind him in this. And as for Telecom Speed, Paul, he should certainly come on for that first run.
Yeah, then there was rain about, so that might have been a bit of an excuse for him as well.
Victor the winner, he was very good this day, Paul. He was well supported in the market, beat the Hulk. Quite impressive the way he was able to kick away over the final stages.
Really good, dictated from the front. He'll get a bit more pressure of Happy Sharing in the race, but he can't do any more than this on debut, and he's very impressive.
Yeah, he looks very uncomplicated too, doesn't he? And Matthew Poon able to sit up on him as well. The form has taken a very healthy boost on Wednesday evening. Gallant Waking was 4th there, Melbourne Hall 7th. They've both won since.
Yep, they certainly have. He's been back to the trials as well, and Nick. He was up on the pace here in the trial, and he looks to have come through it well. He's about the same body weight also.
Yeah, just a really nice horse, and I think what was noticeable on his debut, Tom, was that he sort of blew us all away a little bit, because we knew he was clearly handy, but the way he managed to win, Paul, was mightily impressive. So he's confirmed that with a good trial.
Yeah, exactly. He's one of the main chances. There's no doubt. The trial was good.
A horse in the checks finishing off on the fence in that trial was Golden Artie. Now here he is trialling with Spangled Fortune. What do we know about these horses, Paul? Spangled Fortune raced in France, and Golden Artie came through the Magic Million 2-year-old classic behind Coolangatta.
Yeah, tongue tie on Spangled Fortune by Star Spangled Banner, as you'd expect with that name. 1,082 pounds. He's had the 2 trials. Tricky draw on debut in a hard race, barrier 11. Golden Artie, 1,169 pounds. He's had the 3 trials.
Yeah, he hasn't raced for a little while as well as Spangled Fortune, but 2 interesting runners.
Yeah, and the France form, Nick, did win at Deauville prior to arriving, but they were over trips of, 1,300 metres, got up to 1,500 metres as well.
Yeah, all of his form was on polytrack also, so he's never actually raced on turf, which could be a slight concern.
OK, so we'll see what he can do with their Spangled Fortune, a 3-year-old Irish bred. Tamara Blitz has only had 1 run. Paul was beaten 4 1/4, but I thought finished off OK. And I haven't minded the trials leading into this either.
Yeah, the trial here at Happy Valley was quite good. Again, another one with a draw with pace underneath him, barrier number 12, Lyle Hewitson will ride him.
Yeah, he's been flagged up by Douglas White as a bit of a horse to follow as well, so I think in time, over a bit more ground, it'll be a nice horse.
Yeah, I was just about to say he's been flagged up on one of our other shows, Hong Kong Direct there. Paul, who's going to steal the Magpie handicap?
Yep, it's not black and white for sure, but I'm going to go with the 11, Victor the winner. I think he can lead from the front. Midori Beauty needs to do everything right. Enchanting Ibis, he's only had the 1 start this season, ran on really nicely, caught the eye at Happy Valley and Happy Sharing as well. 11, 5, 14 and 4.
Yeah, Victor the winner, I think, is a bit of a standout now with the defection of Lightning Warrior, who would have made things interesting for sure. So the 11 on top, he's confirmed that win with a good trial. Beauty Tycoon at a bit of a price. I think he can continue to take the right steps forward. Midori Beauty, hopefully, he's ironed out a few sort of errors he's got, and he can hopefully run a nice race. And Saquin, I think, is interesting as well. 11, 8, 5 and 3.
And it's a very, very competitive 9th race on the program, open looking Class 3 1,200 metres.